Hey guys, it's Ben over at Dog Ranch Resort in Daphne, Alabama. Today I have our wonderful trainer Ashley with us, and we're going to kind of talk to you about what it takes to get a new puppy. So Ashley, if you wouldn't mind, introduce yourself.
Yes.
And let's get started.
Hey guys, I'm Ashley Hersel, and I am the dog trainer at Dog Ranch Resort. Ben and I were going to chat a little bit today about choosing the appropriate breed and age for your lifestyle. So hopefully you guys can gain some knowledge from that and make appropriate choices when you're looking for your new pup.
So Ashley, tell me, what do I do when I want to find the perfect dog for me? What do I have to take into account?
Sure. So there are a few things. You absolutely want to take into account your overall lifestyle. How much time do you have to give to the dog, spend time with the dog, exercise the dog? Also budget. Do you have the budget if you don't necessarily have the time to give for a lot of exercise and time with the dog? Can you actually bring the dog to Dog Ranch Resort for daycare? Making sure that the energy level of your dog matches your physical capabilities. Puppies are tough. The reason that they are so cute is because they are tough. Otherwise, we wouldn't have them.
That is true.
So those are some of the things that you want to consider when you go to the shelter to look for a dog, as well as some of the breed characteristics. You know, reaching out to a professional to talk about some of the breed characteristics that are fairly standard with certain breeds, so you know what you're getting yourself into. That's always helpful as well.
Right. And you know, I've done it two ways. I've either gone to the shelter and gotten a dog, and then I've also found a breeder. I know a lot of people will go on Google, Craigslist, and what are some good reputable places to get a purebred dog, if
Sure.
you will.
So first things first, you always want to talk to professionals, dog trainers. Even, you know, some of your local shelters will have some recommendations of reputable people in the industry, whether they're breeders or veterinarians. A lot of those people run in some of the same circles and can give you a lot of good information about where to start your research. Once you do start researching, say you're going to be reaching out to a breeder, you want to ask certain questions like, can I visit the dogs? Can I, see some of the dogs that you breed? What is your goal by breeding dogs? What do you want to do with your dogs? Those are some of the things that will kind of help you understand what you're getting yourself into and make sure that who you're dealing with is actually really reputable. The other thing is, I always tell people, if you do visit a breeder, they should always have a, no qualms, take back policy, meaning if for some reason the situation does not work out with you and your new dog, they will take the dog back and care for it and rehome it with no questions asked.
Gotcha. Now, when picking the right dog, how do you go about finding the dog for you, whether it be at a breeder or it be at a shelter? I know a lot of people go for the cutest dog, but generally, sometimes that doesn't work out.
Right.
So how do you personally go about picking out a dog?
So I go in knowing what it is exactly that I want out of the dog. If I'm looking for a dog that is specifically going to be working, doing a specific type of task, I'm obviously looking for one that's high energy, maybe a little bit over the top, really outgoing, constantly coming right up to me, jumping on me, nipping me, doing those things that puppies do. They're exhibiting a lot of things that I see as dogs that could be really, really good at some work tasks.
So you look for a little bit more obnoxious and
Yes,
pushy behavior in
that's
a working
correct.
dog.
You
Gotcha.
got that. Whereas a pet, I would always recommend, maybe something that's a little bit more calm. Not necessarily shy, but, maybe not so energetic and obnoxious.
Gotcha. I always heard that if you go to the shelter, you don't want the dog jumping up on the chain link or wherever you want the dog, or you don't want the dog that is in the way back afraid from you. You want the dog that kind of cautiously walks up for you. Is there any truth behind that, or?
I think it really more depends on the situation. When you meet a dog, it's like meeting someone for the first time. You may not get the true impression of that person at the first meeting. You get a good sense of the person, but you don't necessarily get to know everything there is to know about that person until you spend a little more time with them. It's somewhat the same way with dogs. You know, you may go to the shelter and maybe that dog's having an off day. Maybe that dog just had a vet visit. Maybe that dog had 3 other visits before you. So
Gotcha.
you really kind of want to make it something of a process. So make multiple visits before you decide.
So Ashley, what are some red flags that you look for when you bring a dog home, or what are some all good to go signs that you bought or rehomed the right dog?
So typically I tell people, you know, like any creature, human, when you go into a new situation, there's always going to be some adjustment. You want to give that puppy or that new dog in your home some time to adjust to its new lifestyle. You've brought it into a place with new people, new surroundings. They don't know what's going on really. So you want to kind of set up a routine for the dog. I highly recommend crate training. I highly recommend reaching out to your local trainer just to get some tips to make that adjustment period much more easy for you both. However, some red signs or red flags that I would always look for is growling, nipping, body language, which we can also discuss at a later time. You know, some of the signs that you will see from your dog that maybe make them uncomfortable in its new surroundings. And then of course reaching out to a trainer to appropriately deal with those. Is this something that we can work our way through with some obedience work, behavior modification, or is this something that I really, really need to reconsider given my lifestyle?
Gotcha. Well, thank you very much, Ashley.
Sure.
Appreciate your time today. And guys, if you have any questions, come and stop by at Dog Ranch Resort, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.